Best win, Conor? With Harlequins?
That's an easy answer. I'm delighted for the guys. You know, I think a few people have seen some of the rugby we've tried to play this year, and we've almost stuck to the principles of what we try and do. And we've come away with some gut-wrenching defeats. We haven't been precise. We weren't precise at times today. We've created a number of chances, and we knew we'd have to ride our luck at times. But I think Chris Robshaw came up to me. We won the toss, and he came up to me and said, "I want to play into the wind because I want to play our game." And I went, "We're fine." Because I knew the minute he said that we'd be fine in terms of bringing our game to Thomond, to go out and make some of the hits that we did, not be cowed and play some of that rugby. I'm delighted for the players because of the work they put in this year, but we have some goals, and it's both silverware and qualifying for the Heineken Cup, because I think you saw out there a team that deserves to be in it. Mightn't have the squad size that a lot of people have, but there's a heck of a lot of heart, and you forget that Nick Easter and Nick Evans were off that pitch with young Rory Clegg in the second half, 21. So you went kind of a 21-year-old outside centre, a 23-year-old inside centre, and a lot of young guys who can really use that as an experience forever and a day.
Were you concerned, Conor, that because you had a lot of chances in that first half to maybe go in with a bigger lead? I mean, it'll be negative because it's great having the lead, but nevertheless, were you expecting a bit of a backlash?
It's been the story of our season, and you kind of that we've created a lot of chances and not finished them. But I was reading an interesting article this morning behind the Irish Times on Isis and Nasiba in terms of their try count and how they've continued to work, and their try count has gone up because they've kept on working harder on their passing, their finishing, and that's what we have to do as a team. We have to keep on trying to play and keep on trying to become better in all our basic skills. But there's a real will amongst them to actually do that, and the horrible thing is you've done nothing. We've won a semi-final, and my dad has this blunt saying of saying a good semi-finals never makes a good finals, so we're going to have to make sure that doesn't happen. We have a massive game against Stade Francais in 3 weeks, but we have a probably even bigger game next week against Sarries, and mentally the guys have to get themselves up, but you have that in your locker forever and a day. I'm incredibly proud, as you can imagine, for various different reasons, but just delighted for the players and the supporters that hopefully now the club can really move forward. Those wins you have to have.
Conor, we were just saying there, discussing amongst ourselves, it was quite an old Munster team, age-wise, that actually finished that game. I mean, what would you be looking at if you were giving any advice to Munster as to where they might be going now?
I would give absolutely no advice to a team that's 15 points clear in the Managers League. Listen, I said to the guys after we played Leeds, to be fair, as I said, just don't listen to a word that comes out of my mouth. They never do anyway, through this week. And we will play to the tune that we don't have a hope, and we're going to have fun and see where we take us. That's what we went about this week, because enough teams come over here and don't show the respect that this place deserves. And even felt it, before the game, that I think there was an expectation that we were just going to come here, have our tummies tickled and roll over. We were never going to do that. Not with, we had a strong side out of the pitch. Once we knew we could get our team on the pitch, we're strong. And I asked them last night in that dressing room to say, just look at your opposite man and you win your individual battle. You go Felix Jones versus Mike Brown, Chris Robshaw versus Dennis Lee. I mean, you just take your pick and you win your individual battle, and you go minute by minute and see where it takes you. And I'm I'm delighted for us, but we have massive games coming up. So I want us to have dinner back in the hotel tonight, and I want them to go out and enjoy themselves and have a few beers, and they deserve it. But then we have to get back to work on Monday morning and make sure we're right for Saracens.
It was a big call to play against that wind, having won the toss, Conor, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that's what maybe we wanted to play into the wind as a set of coaches, but I just went to Chris and said, what do you want to do? And he said, I want to play into it because I want to play our game. And then I didn't have to tell him, which was nice. You can say it's the player's decision, but it was indication of where he was in his mind. And I think, I look at him, I know he got man of the match today, and I'll probably look at the video, but how that guy is not involved in the England setup is beyond any comprehension, because he is an absolute phenomenon. And when you have, it's like having people like David Wallace in your team, when you have them and the players around them know them, you just say, that they are one-off players, and he is. I'm happy because he's had some pretty gut-wrenching defeats this year, and trying to pick lads up after those is difficult. This will give us a real shot for a lot of young guys.
You talked about the expectation you come over here and your time is ticking. I mean, you'd have to be close to insane to bet on you guys, well, 2 horse race and everything, but, you know, look at the stats, you're 7th in the Premiership, then they are Munster at Terminal Park. You weren't favourites to win today. Did you come here with genuine expectation or more hope?
I did. I mean, you talk stats, and stats can lie. We've conceded less tries than any other team in the Premiership, ourselves and Saracens. 25 tries in 21 matches doesn't happen by accident. We line break more than any other team in the Premiership. We mightn't be top of the try scoring stats, but we line break more, we ball carry more, we offload more. Yes, we error count more, but that comes with the game we try and play. I've always believed we've had that performance in us, but you need those performances to actually be able to say you can deliver at that level. The quest that we have is you set a standard and you set a benchmark, you can't go below that, and that has to happen every week, and then the belief grows. So did we have belief? Deep down, the guys are going in swapping jerseys with the Munster guys. They want to remember this day. So is it a huge win? It's second team in 16 years that have won at Thomond Park in the European competition. It's a massive honour for our guys, and I think they respect, I think, the crowd, the way they reacted to them going off the pitch after the game. It's just an incredible crowd here, and I've said that they're passionate, they're knowledgeable, and they give credit where credit is due. They were disappointed, but they still cheered us off. But we did come with belief. Did we think we'd actually win on top of that belief? I'm a Kerry man, of course I did.
Conor, was the language bad when Nick Easter got sent off, which seemed 10 minutes ago with 14 men could have been crucial?
I thought it was for him coming in from the side. I didn't have the referee because he came in from where I looked. I thought he came in from the side and killed the ball. I didn't know his language.
Oh, no, I'm saying was your language bad, sorry.
Oh, right, okay. So it was in from the side, you give me the right
it was in from the side, yeah.
No, you know, again, players make decisions, and was it the right decision? No, it wasn't, especially when you've been yellow carded. But it's very difficult to put yourself all the time in that cauldron, and you actually think of some of the turnovers Nick won. He had a huge point to prove today. I think everyone saw that out there. He felt bullied and battered a few weeks back in some game, if I remember. And he wanted to go out and show people that he actually can physically be just as imposing as some of the Irish team were to him. So I thought he was outstanding. Will he regret that decision? Yeah, we seem to play better with less men on the pitch, though. We won away in Northampton with 13, so maybe that's the secret.